Call the Park O&M Committee meeting to order.
That's right, up to date.
And, can we have a motion to approve the minutes of the Park Committee meeting? Motion made by Gene, seconded by Bill. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, agenda action items, authorize new contract, festival space fence.
Thanks, Mr. Chairman. On page 1 is a request for a new contract. We actually have bids due on Wednesday, so we'd like to move quickly with the board resolution to authorize that contract, and we'll have an update prior to the board meeting on the recommended and responsive low bidder for that, so that we can get that underway. On page 2, 3, 4, and 5 are some of the construction plans that are being bid. If you have any questions, let me know. So this is a contractor to be determined, and we should know probably by the end of this week who our recommended award is going to be to.
I'm not sure where we stand on the finances on that. I know there was, we authorized the bond, but then also there was discussion with the ACTAX.
Yeah, the ACTAX committee passed it,
Okay.
to pay for it, so.
Okay, good. Okay, so we just need,
Mr. Chairman,
yeah.
Because we're part of that payments, are they intending to bond it or pay it all at once?
That's a question for the treasurer's,
we left that for
treasurer's
months,
office.
give it an answer.
Oh, okay,
Probably bound it for 2 years.
okay, yeah, 'cause we're working on our budget now. We put in enough to pay it all.
Pay the
county what we owe.
Pay the
Our
county
share.
the full amount
38%.
Right.
after you renew, yeah,
Right.
okay. Okay, so we need a motion then to approve the contract for the festival space fence. Motion by Bill, seconded by Gene.
Me and you, buddy.
Yeah. Any other further discussion?
I vote on this committee too.
Yeah.
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 Right.
Hey, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried.
And I should have noted that would, if we move quickly on this contract, the final completion date is the 22nd of May, which is the Friday before Memorial Day weekend, so then it'll be available for all of those early events.
Okay. Good, that's great.
Okay, the next item is, on page 6. This is to authorize payment to the Village of Lake George for some turf work and winterization that was necessary at the end of last season. As you know, we have the new festival space turf, and we had some consultants come in and review the turf and recommend a series of treatments right at the end of the season to make sure that we gave it its best shot to make it through the winter.
Mm-hmm.
The village actually performed the work and paid for the work, utilizing their turf contractor, and so I'd like committee authorization to reimburse the village for that amount. We have, in the operating budget, we have plenty of funds at this point to be able to pay it out of the operating budget, so that's what I propose we do at this.
Okay, so we have a motion by Dennis, seconded by Bill. Further discussion? Hearing none, all in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Okay, referral pending items.
Yeah, that's kind of a continuing pending item, and I think, this year won't have a complete picture of what it's gonna take to maintain the park, but it's something that by the end of this season, we should have the park substantially constructed, other than maybe the one water feature, and pretty much everything else will be established, so we'll have a better idea to put together that maintenance schedule and budget going into the 2016 season. That'll be really the first full season of maintenance requirements.
Okay, so then we're on to 5, park construction update.
I got a little information from my staff, but Bill Lamey's here, if you'd like to give the committee an update on various parks.
Bill, can you?
Sure. Right now, we have the tradespeople in the building, the electric, the plumbing, the HVAC, contractors. Work is progressing. We have dealt with one of the coldest winters on record. It has certainly hampered construction. There's a couple of different target dates. I'll give you the target date for completion of the entire park, other than the contract that we we got bids on this past Friday. The general, site construction, substantial completion is supposed to be in early August, with final completion and final payment, early September. That would be complete with all contractors. The building contractor, which is a separate contract, their final completion date was supposed to be early March. Due to some circumstances beyond their control, independent of the weather, there were a couple of months that were lost to construction. We have since authorized a time extension for them to mid-May. We're trying to make sure that the building is ramped up so that it can be used for some of the events, or the early events that are scheduled starting in June. What happened with the cold weather delay is that the subcontractors couldn't get in to do their work until the building got to a certain point. The building's gotta be up before the electric and the plumbing and the HVAC people can show up on site. So we're running very close to that mid-May date for all of the tradespeople to be done. Now here's where the complication comes from. The site contractor, which isn't scheduled to be done until late summer, is responsible to do the water, the sewer, and the electric tie-ins to the building, independent of the building contractor. We really don't have a set schedule where we can require him to work on any piece of the park because it suits us. We're certainly going to encourage him to do that. He had plans to get in there during the winter to do the directional drill for the water and the sewer. Cold weather, frost is deep, we haven't been able to do it. We need some warm weather, and when he returns, we're gonna encourage him to work on that portion of the park that would allow us to make the building functional. Keep in mind that there still will be we still will have to put sidewalks in. We've gotta do all the things necessary to get a CO before we can allow people to use the building. I'll just say that, right now, we're right up against the red line on whether we think that can happen or not. We've talked with the village about contingencies, for sewer service for the first couple of events, should we not make it. The other thing is there are a couple of things that are temperature dependent for the building contractor. Right now the building is all tarped in. It's probably 95% enclosed. There's two. The archway was not. That's tarped in. They have heat inside. People are working comfortably. The temperature this week is certainly going to help. The temperature needs to hit 50 degrees in order for them to put the snow and ice shield on the roof. The roof is currently tarped off, so we're going to need a couple of, the roofers are ready, they just need the temperature to rise. There is a foam insulation that will be sprayed in, that's temperature dependent. So there's some things that we're dealing with, all as a result of earlier delays in the project. We're certainly pushing to try to get this available for the first events that will be held at the festival space, but I would put the caution flag up now that a lot of things have to fall in place in order for that to happen. But other than that, I would say that it's going about like we would expect it to. The craftsmanship and the quality of work are very good, and we'll just keep pushing, and we need spring to come early, and it might be too late for it to come early already. But that's where we are.
Okay, thanks, Bill. Any questions? Yes.
Kelly, so what's gotta be done for the sewer and water from the other contractor?
Gotta dig a line from the, or directional drill, from the site out to where we're gonna connect, to the village utilities.
Westbrook or?
I think we're going out to Westbrook Road, not Westbrook Road,
Beach
Beach
Road.
Road.
Beach Road.
Yeah.
And then, so it sounds to me like it's not gonna be what they gotta do. It sounds to me like it's gonna be more that the building won't be ready. Or the building won't have a CO, yes or no?
It's too early to tell. I'm just saying that, at this point, I'm concerned, that, there's too many things that have to fall in place to give you, an answer here in early March. We've got, 3 months before the first event is held, and we need weather to break on our side.
So far, we certainly haven't had it.
Not yet.
This week looks good.
Need global warming. Okay, any other questions, reports, and, I believe you said that you'll be opening the bids on the fence this week, is it?
This week, right,
Okay.
so before the board meeting, I'll have,
Mhm.
the name of a contractor and the contract amount.
Okay.
Fred, I had one other thing. We
Yeah.
opened the bids on Friday for the children's adventure play area
Mhm.
and the skateboard plaza. And, the architect is reviewing the bids, and we'll have a recommendation that'll come to both, the county and the village. And it looks like we're within our grant amounts.
Mhm. Okay, good. Okay, so the next item, County of Westbrook parking lot
Yeah,
update.
I just wanted to give this committee an update, as I did with the DPW committee, a month and a half ago or so. The county has been, the county had, been awarded a grant to reconstruct the Westbrook parking lot and expand it, so it's a higher capacity and, porous asphalt. That has been on hold now with the progress made in the park construction. Majority of that, earthwork will be completed this year, and we'll be ready to proceed with our porous asphalt parking lot, this September. So we have some events, that we're aware of here in September and October, and we had a good meeting with the village, a few weeks ago to talk about the needs and how we could make sure that construction didn't impact those events, to the point where it was gonna be impossible to hold those events, but we've worked through that. We're gonna have that, out to bid early summer, and that contract will proceed essentially right after the car show in September.
Okay. So the next thing after that's the, Shrine Circus? But they've got another way in from the beach road, is that what you're thinking?
No, they could not, they can't make the turns. I've made a application to the state to move it over to the, battleground,
Oh, okay. Mhm.
field there.
Mhm.
They're only one day,
Mhm.
and they don't need anything, they're all independent, so
Mhm.
I haven't heard back from the state, but I'm assuming they'd let them move over there.
Okay. Okay. Okay, privilege of the floor to discuss any other items? Mayor, yes, Bill?
Just, brings a smile to my face. This park is finally coming to fruition. I know the mayor has dreamed about this for 40 years, and, I congratulate him very much
Mhm.
for all his efforts.
Yeah,
Thank you.
second that.
I would just, alert the committee that, with these events that we're having here, we are going to have to make some arrangements for, one individual to be on site next summer, during setup and perhaps during the day.
Mhm.
We have, people that work weekends already because we do rubbish control and so on and so forth weekends, so it won't be a thing where we've gotta pay overtime or anything like that, but
Mhm.
on, Sundays in particular, and Saturdays, if there's an event going on, we need somebody to be there, not only to watch the restrooms, but to make sure that, the power is where it's supposed to be. Dave and I have been doing it, we had a lot of fun, I told you, when the circus came in with one big trailer truck and,
Mhm.
27 animals got out of one truck.
Hmm.
And we said, if we see an elephant come out next, we're in big trouble, but of
Yeah.
course, I didn't realize you can't have elephants anymore, so.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to, we'll come back with a plan, the number of hours that we intend to, and then if the county can do it, fine, if the village can do it, fine, but we are gonna have to have one individual there
I think it's
on
gonna be-
site, just to make sure that everything
Yeah.
goes okay.
I think it's certainly necessary. So you have a total of, I think you said 17 events
It
scheduled.
was 18 actually.
18?
And, I'm also working with, the Cole Brothers Clyde Beatty Circus. They don't have any elephants either. They're coming through, I found out, in July.
Mhm.
So, they're interested in a couple of weekdays. And I should hear about them in the next couple of weeks. So it looks like we're gonna end up with 2 circuses, one in July and
Mhm.
one in September.
Okay, great. Okay. Anything else, Jeff?
I don't have anything.
Okay. Any further business for the committee? If not, motion to adjourn, made and seconded. All in favor? Aye.
Thank you very much.
Okay.